Now Trader Steve has made it to honestly so many late game bosses at this point, but there's one thing that's been lagging behind a bit, and that is my Slayer level. Slayer is amazing because there are not only bosses locked to this skill, but also if we level up our Slayer enough, we can leverage the power of the Slayer helmet to kill some of the bosses we are already slaying, which will give us just a massive increase in damage. So in the last episode, we started the process of getting Slayer set up, and today we're going to work towards unlocking what is probably the most powerful Slayer creature in the entire game. Why hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Trader Steve's journey across Gielinor to collect as many rare items as he can get his grubby little mitts on. Trader Steve is starting his journey in the Grand Exchange chunk, but for every new rare item he can add to his collection that's worth more than 1 mil, he can unlock a new adjacent chunk, with Trader Steve's ultimate goal, obtaining a quest cape. So we have one goal in mind we really want to get done as early as possible, and that is finishing while Guthix sleeps. And that's because Tormented demons, which are unlocked from the quest, are insanely good. Not only are they incredibly profitable at up to 7 mil per hour, they also give insane experience as well. This task is honestly stacked, and I want to start doing them as soon as possible. But there are a few issues before we can even get close to doing it. We have a bunch of quests to do, and each step we take now is getting so expensive. Every chunk is at least 10 mil, and we're gonna need, I'm not even sure, it's kind of hard to say, but we need to finish Path of Glouphrie, Defender of Varrock, Wanted, and Fight Arena before we can even start the important quest. And there we go, one more Slayer level, 78. Nothing important from that, but one level closer to something good, at least. Is it a blood shard? Of course not, it's just more experience, so there's 97 attack. It's actually slower than I remember to get max combat when you're not specifically training it. Like, we've had this account for 2 years now and we're still not max combat, but we're getting pretty close. It's an item, and we at least know my Cox blocker is working properly. Dex prayer scroll, decent split I guess. Not the biggest split ever, but hey, we'll take 8.3 mil, bring us up to another green cash stack. Okay, so with that money, we are actually going to buy ourselves a pair of Arania boots. I've been kind of wanting these for a while, and they are straight up just an upgrade over Dragon boots and even Guardian boots kind of. Mostly we're buying it just for the stat upgrade, but also it does have some uses in the Theater of Blood or any other spider related special attacks. We might get some uses from these in the future, but for now they're just my new best in slot boots. Okay, so I guess with only one chunk available, we might as well unlock something simple. We'll get the Fight Arena. It's the Fight Arena chunk. There's really just the Fight Arena in it, and unfortunately it's just a requirement for while Guthix Sleeps, so we're gonna have to unlock it. One chunk for one quest though, not the worst. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't even know. We actually literally had 2 HP. Okay, so I noticed the other day something really interesting. The Blood Moon chestplate and helmet are going for so much money thanks to the new Huicatl boss. These actually were really cheap items when I bought them, so they never got added to my collection list, and they're probably not going to stay this expensive for very long, so I'm honestly just going to sell these back. We're going to send like 10 mil plus. We don't really need it anymore anyway. We have a face guard, we have bandos, so we're just going to sell those, and yeah, just honestly free money. Okay, so that actually just brought us enough money to buy something I've been wanting for a while, and that is the Noxious Halberd. Not the cheapest item, but this thing is really good, specifically at the Colosseum. Okay, there it is. Now this item is actually so good at Sol because not only does it have higher DPS, but it also has a lower attack speed, which matches the attack speed of Sol. And that's good because I actually miss so many attack ticks because I just have to move. It's just awkward, and this will make it less awkward and higher damage overall. Kind of crazy I haven't actually bought this yet, considering this is like a significant improvement to my best moneymaker so far. Okay, so with this item, we are going to unlock a kind of random chunk, and that is the Castle Wars chunk. I actually didn't think I would ever need to unlock this, but it's a requirement for Wanted. And not to mention, I also need to go this direction anyway for the Path of Glouphrie. We have to go all the way down and around into the Zalra swamps, essentially. There's no other way to get here. I've looked. It's a bit unfortunate, but the only way is to go south of Castle Wars and west across to the agility shortcut. Now, that's a long way to run, and I probably won't make it that far without a quick and high quality meal from today's video sponsor, Factor. Factor takes all of the stress out of meal planning. As a full-time chunk locked main restricted account, do you think I have time to cook high quality meals for myself? Of course not. Skip the grocery store, prep work, cooking fatigue, instead just get a chef-crafted meal delivered right to your doorstep. They have a huge selection of over 35 meals to choose from each week that easily accommodates keto, vegetarian, and even vegan diets. This week I'm really excited to try the Greek beef bowl. It looks really good. Factor saves me honestly so much time as each meal is ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Also very underrated, no cleanup time after. I'd honestly rather do 3-tick granite than dishes at this point in my life. So I would highly recommend trying out Factor. This month in particular, they're offering a really good deal to my channel viewers. You can get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders simply by clicking the link in my description. Click the link and enter the code FlippingOct50 to claim this deal. You can even just scan this convenient QR code as well. Thank you so much to Factor for their continued support of my channel. It means a lot, and for sponsoring today's video. Okay, this task made me realize one thing. It's time to get our Slayer helm. We put it off so long because it honestly doesn't have that many uses. A black mask works perfectly fine, but now that we're doing Dust Devils and eventually we'll get Smoke Devils, I think it's time to get our Slayer helm. And hey, look at that, Dark Totem base. Okay, with that vampire task, we have exactly 400 Slayer points on the nose. That is the exact amount we need for the Slayer helm, and normally I wouldn't do this, but every single task that can be assigned right now, I can do. That's not always going to be the case, but for now, we are 100% safe to just spend the points. I want the helm now. I'm tired of waiting. It's fine, we'll do those. Okay, there we go. We've unlocked the ability to make it. We have all the items right. Kind of overdue, but we finally have it. Okay, so it's time to do the quests that we've actually unlocked. That being Fight Arena and Wanted, and that will knock off half of the quests we have remaining for while Guthix sleeps. First time I've killed this guy with a Dragonfire Shield and a Osmunten's Fang, but why not? We might as well kill him. Okay, how many quest points does that bring us up to? 227. Okay, we're still a little ways away from our next block slot. That's okay, we don't need it right now. Okay, so we unlocked the Castle Wars chunk. Nothing here really except for, a convenient teleport. Hot air balloon, sure. And I can't even do Castle Wars, actually. There we go. Wanted done as well, leaving us with just 2 more quests, Defender of Varrock and Path of Glouphrie. So Path of Glouphrie is by far the most costly of the remaining quests. We have to go all the way around Castle Wars, unlocking 4 more chunks. That's going to be a bit of a pain. Defender of Varrock, though, we can just straight up do right now, I think. So that really just leaves While Guthix Sleeps itself. I've only done this quest once, and from my memory, there shouldn't be too many new areas to unlock. Most of it takes place in the Black Knight Fortress Underground, which we have. So I can't think of anything we need to unlock, but I'm sure there's going to be something. There's just no way it's that clean. Oh my god, this is actually so much better. First attempt was a halberd. I'm pretty sure that's a PB, yep. 31.19. Not only was it quicker, but it just felt way better. We'll take our 5 mil. There's no way again. Just another 11.4 mil on wave 7. 1 mil per minute. For that run, that's acceptable, I think, at least. Oh my god, I can't finish a run. Okay, well, we're resetting again. These have dropped a fair bit, but 5 mil is 5 mil. There's the big 100 tasks, and we're finally not point poor anymore. There's a few things I still want to unlock as well, so these will be spent pretty much immediately. Okay, apparently I never extended Dust Devils. That's just a I'm an idiot, we should have done that. And also because we're going to be unlocking Necreals very soon, we'll also just go ahead and extend those now as well. As for the rest, I don't know if there's anything else worth extending. Greater Demons eventually, but we don't need to do that yet. Hey, that's actually interesting. Our first Basilisk task. We just unlocked those in the last episode. I'm actually super excited to try those. Let's do them. Okay, so Basilisks are great because they are super AFK. Okay, mildly low effort, especially for meleeing them. I don't think I'm going to extend this task just because it's slow. It's not the highest experience rate, but it should be at least 2 mil an hour. While training Slayer, pretty decent honestly. Now it's kind of wild that the best ranged option here for me is actually a Sunlight Hunter's crossbow. This bow costs 7,000 GP and absolutely demolishes them somehow. It's actually the same DPS as the Ursine Chain Mace. Range uses less supplies, but is slightly more effort because we have to click on each Basilisk. That is actually a huge level, 80 Slayer. We finally entered the realm of good Slayer monster unlocks. 80 is Necreals, which means we now have one of the best Slayer training methods in the game. Bro, my pant collection is on fire right now. I got one for every day of the week. Okay, that's another 12 mil. Oh my god, we have so many items to sell. We have 2 Sunfire Fanatic bottoms and an Echo Crystal. That's 30 mil, plus a bunch of loot in our bank. Bringing us up to nearly 40 mil right now. That's so good, because we're going to need that money soon. Okay, it's time to get another one of the prequests done with Defender of Rock. The only thing that stopped us from doing this for a while is actually Garden of Tranquility, because that is a requirement for some reason. Okay, never mind. I see why. The characters are relevant. There is Defender of Rock, which gives us access to the Zemurugal's base and bring us up to 230 quest points as well. So last month we finally got the release of Varlamore Part 2 and we can see all of the chunks that were released with it. Now I held off on adding the brand new items to my list because we weren't quite sure what price they would settle at, but now that it's been about a month, I've taken another look and decided to add in 5 more items from it. We have the Dragon Hunter Wand, which is currently hovering around 30 mil. We have the Chugging Barrel, which is previously known as the Pre-Pot device, which is around 25 mil. And we have the Huicoatl Hide Body, Legs, and Coif, which are all around 10 mil right now. But from what I can tell, because there's so many new quests with the release, pretty much every new chunk they added is required. Varlamore Part 2 has added in roughly 20 chunks, and we've added in about 15 new items, so we're still maybe not coming to the head, but this should get us closer. Okay, so now for the final subquest, Path of Glouphrie, and this one is going to be the most costly. But let's just get started with the quest and see how far we make it. Alright, wasn't very far. So we have to go all the way over to this chunk in the corner, right by the Zulrah Swamp, and I looked, there's no other way to get there. We have to walk from Gutinath all the way to the west and up. Okay, so we have about 40 mil, and we need to get at least 4 more items now to finish Path of Glouphrie. For some reason, the Huicoatl Hide Body is 18 mil right now. When I added it, it was 10 mil. I don't know why it's shooting up so quickly, so I guess we'll wait on that one. The Coif, though, is going for about 9 mil currently. Still stupidly overpriced, but we'll buy this atrocious looking hat for 9 mil. We'll also grab the Chaps for a very similar price. We'll get the Skeletal Visage for about 11 mil. Been trying to get that one for months now. And okay, we're gonna have to liquidate some more items first. And with our last scraps of money, we'll grab ourselves the Staff of Light. So 4 new items for about 40 mil. Oh my god, look at us go. I look like a fucking NPC from Wind Waker right now. Alright, so it's time to unlock 4 new chunks. Now there are some actually pretty notable unlocks here. Firstly, we have the start location for Zogre Flesh Eaters, and I think we'll actually just straight up be able to do that quest now. So that has some more quest points, which is nice. Now another really nice unlock is the Smoke Dungeon. That is an insanely good task I didn't think we were going to ever get, but I guess Path of Glouphrie wasn't in the game when I made that conclusion. And we get a fairy ring over here, which is fine. Okay, we're using our armored crossbow for the first time. Exciting stuff. This quest is actually kind of sad knowing what happens in while Guthix sleeps. There we go, Path of Glouphrie done, which is the final requirement. We have everything unlocked to finish the newest Master Tier quest. So it's finally time. I have no idea what's in store for me as far as area unlocks. I just cannot remember that closely. I did this quest at 4 AM, so we're just gonna get started with it. Okay, there is one thing I do remember. I got absolutely fisted by these two assassins at 4 in the morning and got sent back to Lumbridge. So let's try not to do that this time. Okay, first obstacle here. Our beloved pet Bruv is located in the Felded Hills, so the While Guthix Sleeps train is already coming to a stop. There's a big attack level coming in, 98, only 1 level to go, till we've maxed out our DPS from our stats anyway. Another level coming in, 81 Slayer, literally unlocks nothing. So every necreel task I do, I'm using Bracelets of Slaughter right now. Yes, you lose a bit of DPS, but the task lasts for like 25-30% longer, so I think it's worth it. There's another Slayer level, 82, which actually is bad. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. 23 mil Basilisk Jaw just sitting on the ground. That's super lucky. Weird, this is our just second task, I think. 1 in 1k, but I think we got it in like 300 kills or something. This task is paying dividends already. Okay, we're actually going to buy a gear upgrade here, or a gear side grade. The Uncharged Toxic Trident Extended. Literally the same as what we have now, but this one can hold like 10,000 charges. Oh no, I forgot about something. So this is really weird. As part of the quest, there's a one-time teleport to a chunk that is inaccessible otherwise, I think? There's one north of God Wars. I guess we need one more item. Scavenge, scavenge, scavenge. Alright, that'll bring us enough money for, I guess we'll get the Staff of the Dead. We already got Staff of the Light, might as well complete the set. Alright, so let's unlock the chunk. Absolutely nothing here. This is literally just a quest location, and then we just have to watch a cutscene. There we go. While Guthix Sleeps is complete, this is such a big quest. Underrated, 5 quest points for it, which is actually massive. A huge amount of experience, and of course, Tormented Demons, which I'm so excited to start killing. I'm so tired of the Colosseum. We need another moneymaker, and I think this is going to be probably our best option for a while now. Okay, so there's a few things we need to get set up first. Tormented Demons are a very complex monster to kill. There's a bunch of different weapons and armor that help to speed up the kills, and you can even do them on the Slayer task as well. So we have a few things we need to get done before we can really effectively start killing them. The most important one is a Greater Demon Slayer task. And when we get one, we want to get a lot of them, so we're going to start off by extending Greater Demons for 100 points, definitely worth it. Okay, there it is. We had to skip about 10 tasks, but we got it. 200 Greater Demons, which means 200 Tormented Demons. And you get 1,000 experience per demon, so that is 200,000 Slayer experience. It's actually bonkers. Okay, the next thing we need to do is get our Arclight charged. We already do have Darklight, and we have been doing some of our tasks in the Catacombs. We have, I think, 3,000 charges worth. Plus, we have some totems. So let's go start by making Arclight. This will be our best weapon to kill Tormented Demons until we get Emberlight. And I guess we'll go kill Skatizo as well. Okay, first Skatizo kill down. I'm doing this mainly because we get Ancient Shards, although we only got one of them. And can we leave this place? Honestly, is there a portal out? I don't see anything. Now, Tormented Demons are similar to Demonic Gorillas, but they have a few key mechanics that make them, in my opinion, way more fun and way quicker to kill relative to their HP pool. So what we're going to be doing is bringing Arclight, melee gear, and a range switch. We're going to be using our Bofa. The Bofa is not great, but it is, I think, our best option still. And you also notice we have a Durock's Great Axe and a Ballista. That's because during certain points of the kill, you can hit them for a punish mechanic with either melee or ranged, where it'll speed up the attack of your weapon and deal massive damage. So you want a slow, high-hitting weapon. The Durock's Great Axe and the Ballista are perfect. The rest of the kill, we're pretty much just switching prayers and weapons very similar to Demonic Gorillas. And there we go, first kill down for a combat achievement. And look at that, 1,000 Slayer experience per kill. It's actually so good. So essentially when they throw the firebomb at you, you have to quickly switch into your high-hitting weapon, this time a Durock's Axe, smack it, 67, that's pretty good, although we did tank a lot of damage as well. So it'll take some practice to get used to it, but once you get the hang of things, and once we get the better demon slaying weapons, you can get well over 50k per hour Slayer experience, plus an actually insane amount of combat experience. Now that won't matter as much to us anymore because we're pretty much max combat and everything that matters, but we're not 99 Slayer, and these Slayer levels are going to come quickly. There's 83, nothing really unlocked for that, but we are pretty close to the next important unlock, which is Abyssal Demons. There's no way. Yes, that's so good actually. Tormented Synapse on kill like 150, I don't even know. That's amazing. That is a 52 mil drop and one we can really take advantage of. Now in the effort of not having huge chunks of wasted items just sitting in my bank, I'm allowing myself to convert any item drop I get into the usable version. So the Avernic Defender hilt I could turn into a Avernic Defender without having to go purchase another one. And for the Tormented Synapse, I'm allowing myself to convert it into a usable weapon. I can pick any of the three, but it'll still only count for a singular chunk. That's the only item on the list. I'll probably likely get a second Tormented Synapse or purchase one, but it won't give me a second chunk. It's just because I want it at that point. But that still leaves the question, what am I going to do with this? Well, because my Arclight is so uncharged, I actually cannot upgrade this to Emberlight. So we literally can't attach it to this, and we don't have access to the Arceus spellbook, so we really only have one option, the Scorching Bow. But the Scorching Bow is actually a really good option because the Bofa is not that good here, and the Scorching Bow is absolutely insane. So this is actually probably a bigger damage increase than going from Arclight to Emberlight, so I think it's the best option anyway. Oh my god, we don't have the fletching level to make it. That's awkward. So first problem we actually have to go solve is get some fletching levels. Oh god, I can't believe I'm doing this. We're making darts. I hate making darts. I tried it on my phone. I tried using mouse keys. It just were not helping, so we're just gonna do it the good old-fashioned way. It's only like 45 minutes of dart creation, but it's absolute hell. Oh my god, we're done. Never again, but there is 70 fletching. Now we need 74 fletching to create the Scorching Bow, but we can get a +4 boost. No way I'm going any higher than I need to. And the last thing we need is a magic longbow. Okay, so we need some Curadel notes, I think. And we've got Slayer experience for that, okay. So from here, eat the pie, quickly attach the synapse to the bow. I know it's not reversible, although that's kind of a lie, it technically is. There it is, the Scorching Bow. This is actually such a massive damage increase, and now we are completely gonna fry them. Our max hit went from a 40 to a 58, an 18 max hit increase. That is huge. This will increase our kills per hour, our money per hour, our XP per hour, and I think we're 100% gonna get Emberlight as well as soon as we have fully infused our Arclight. Though I'm honestly so stoked to grind these out. They're so good. The only gating factor here right now is gonna be our Slayer tasks. But that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. It is time to power grind Slayer to unlock all of the best monsters. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you in the next one, where we eradicate the population of Tormented Demons.